Kansas City, I mean, come on, man. We thought they were going to slow down. They ain't slowing down.
No.
Not
Chargers
one bit.
look good, though.
The Chargers did look good.
Is Keenan Allen going to return?
No, he's out for Thursday.
No, he's out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Thursday. Shit.
But Chiefs don't have Butker, so it kind of balances.
Well, they got Justin Reed, who can kick it out of the end zone.
Yeah, but, I mean, he has like Joey Sly accuracy, so kind of.
Well, they can sign Rodrigo Blankenship.
Oh, did he get cut already?
He did by the end.
Yeah.
He got cut by the Colts, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think the Money Badger's still out there.
That dude was a beast in college.
I mean,
are we going to just pick the winner or scores as well?
I think we just picked the winner.
I'm not that confident.
We'll pick the winners. We'll pick the winners here. I mean, this game is going to be a good game. The Chargers look good. The Chiefs look good. I mean, both quarterbacks obviously are going to be the highlights of this thing. I mean, I really, really like Herbert. I like him a lot. But I cannot bet against Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. Kansas City is not an easy place to play in.
Yeah,
it's not an easy place to play in. So for me, I'm going with Kansas City with a small margin of small victory margin, 3 points probably. They probably win by 3 or 7 at the most. What you think, JB? You up?
Yeah,
I can't show y'all screens, but
yeah.
Oh, I should do it that way. Yeah, I'm going to rock with KC as well. After the performance last week, I mean, that you're going to have to score 35 to beat these guys.
Yeah,
week in, week out.
You have to score 35 to make it to the fourth quarter. Shit. What about you, 5?
I like Kansas City as well. I think this would be a great statement game for the Chargers to win on the road. It's just they won't. So I got Kansas City for here. You know, by like a touchdown, but like probably closer than that. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be fireworks, but it's gonna be one of those like sprint type games where it's just like I score, you score, I score 2, you score 1. You know,
I'd love to see like a 45-42 type situation.
Yeah.
I mean,
a good old-fashioned shootout. No defense.
Love it.
About you, Tree?
I mean, it's going to be a really close one. I think it's just going to be the Chiefs by like a last-minute thing because Kansas City always seems to have the Chargers number. I have no idea how. I have no idea why. It's been very rarely that the Chargers end up winning, but I just don't think it's going to happen in Arrowhead. That's the only problem.
Yeah, dude, Arrowhead is
the only time I've seen that happen. I think it's 2018. I think that was the only time
I played there. I think it was like 2010 or 2011, and I mean it was like a low reverberating hum of noise. Like,
what's louder, guys? Arrowhead or Seattle for y'all? What was louder?
No, Seattle was louder. Just a
really?
Bit. No, Seattle was louder. It was louder.
Seattle's louder.
Wow. I couldn't hear.
Superdome?
The Superdome, I think, is even louder than that.
Wow.
Superdome
But,
louder than Seattle?
I played for their rival. So.
Yeah, that's true. They turned it up.
Yeah.
They turned it up.
You know, they've been drinking since. Well, they never stopped drinking.
Right. They've been drinking since Thanksgiving of last year.
Right. And if you play like a night game or something, they've been out there all day. Just they do their homework. They talk their shit. So.
They know all about you, right? They know.
But you can't hear it, so it doesn't really matter. You can't even hear yourself like yelling.
The Texans. I remember one year we played the Texans and we were doing our O-line drills right by the in the back of the end zone, and these 3 Texans fans were talking shit to just one of our offensive linemen the whole time. They were like, "Yeah, you're not playing. I can tell you're a backup. Yeah, you look like you suck." and they were talking about his bad stance. They were talking about his pass sets. They were going in on this cat. I'm like, "Yo, relax." Ooh, did y'all Tree? Did you not get the link?
I didn't see it. No.
All right, here we go. My bad. Shit.
It's all right. It's all right.
don't know why it keeps disappearing.
Yeah, sometimes
but yeah, go ahead and pull it up, and yeah, we'll just keep rolling.
I
here.
got it. Here we go.
All right, so Patriots and Steelers. Steelers, do they look good? Are they good, or were they just lucky beating Cincinnati? And I mean, go ahead.
I mean, I still have no idea what I saw in that game. I'm just sitting there like, I expect them to lose at least 3 separate times. After last touchdown, they got into field goal range, and then when they randomly got to about the 35, which was undone by the holy roller rule, they got undone by a technicality. The defense is really solid. Question is, TJ Watt's going to be out for a while. I like Malik Reed, but he's not going to be TJ Watt. The question and the lucky part is New England's offense is garbage. So it's going to be which offense sucks more? That's the question.
Yeah, this one is like.
And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think Pittsburgh's offense sucks just a touch less. So I'm going to go Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I'll probably end up regretting that, but I mean, Patricia Judge offense is just it's bad. Mac Jones just looks he
look lost out there.
Yeah,
he regressed. I mean, it's 1 week, but
yeah, but it's
He's fucking sucks. He's the worst pick we ever
get him
had.
out of the fucking league.
The bomb.
I mean, look, New England. I mean, dare we say that Bill Belichick could potentially be on the hot seat if they go 0-3?
No, that dude's a legend. He could go 0 for the next 2 years.
Dude, the NFL don't give a shit.
If he was doing crazy stuff, but they just made the playoffs with a shitty roster. So I don't think he's on the hot seat for any reason.
I don't think he's on the hot seat, but could it be possible that is something that could happen this year if they don't?
Nah.
If they're just barely floating.
They'll be fine.
500.
Wow. Belichick, they will never fire him.
Like, it
would turn out to be like
67?
Tom. He's like 67, 68.
Yeah,
he's 70.
Is he? I know Pete Carroll's 70. Well,
yeah, Belichick's 70.
He could lose until he's 70 and still be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm just the hypothetical.
Anyone else? They
look that bad. They looked that bad last week, though. They looked bad.
It was pretty ugly.
They looked really bad. So, yeah, I think Steelers win this one. I think they probably. I think they win by 10.
Someone's going to have to get a defensive touchdown because the offenses are that fucking bad.
Yeah. There's probably going to be a score on defense. What about you? 5? Who you going with? Steelers?
I got the Steelers. It's at home.
All right, so
this is the down year for the Patriots. This might be the year that they just don't make the playoffs. And yeah, just like Tree said, the Steelers will win on some absolute bullshit. It'll still be a close game though. Steelers will play down to the Patriots.
Yeah,
and that's crazy to say that.
I'm not sure
their offense does play down sometimes.
Yeah, but I think I'm also going Steelers. I mean, Mike Tomlin's going to find a way to get 9. So this just has to be one of them.
Hey, I thought this would be like a really hard season for Mike Tomlin to hold on to not having a losing record as a head coach. They kind of, they looks like he's doing it again. Looks like he's managing it.
Week 1 really helps their cause.
That defense looks studly.
Yeah, the defense.
I didn't think they had a damn prayer.
I thought they were going to lose, but I'm just sitting there like after they have like 5 interceptions, 7 sacks, endless pressures. They made Cincy's new offensive line look awful,
look terrible. Yeah,
like Joe Burrow had just not a prayer until they tried to adjust to a more short passing game. And
long live the offensive line, just like the old.
Yeah, hey, I tried to hype them up before the season, but goddamn,
yeah, right back where we started.
Moving on. Next game up, Indy at Jacksonville. My Jags. There is no team in the AFC South has won a game yet. And I think the Colts are coming off of a tie with the Texans.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is in Jacksonville. I'm going to go ahead and, let you know. It's in Duval, so Jags are going to win that. the Colts don't play well in Jacksonville, and I mean they looked pretty bad on offense till about the middle of the third quarter against Houston, and that's kind of inexcusable. So. Yeah, I think the Jags will pick it up a little bit more this week. They played well in the second half against the Commanders. First half they were sleepwalking. Second half they came out. They played well. They got a lead, and they jagged it off. So
Jags gonna
Gotta jag it off every once in a while.
Jags
this
gonna
will be a
jag.
good this will be a good feel good week. This will be a good week to get that good feeling back. Get a W against the Colts. I'm going with Jacksonville.
No, I mean, I don't know if they were just getting like great garbage time numbers, but I mean, they put up everything but points. The Colts, I'm saying.
Yeah.
And they got my quarterback. That's my quarterback. I'm gonna say Colts on this one. Sorry, Uche.
Oh, you son of a bitch! 5. Who you got?
I'm going Colts all the way.
What the?
Dude, the Jags are bad. You just lost to the other ex-Colts
Two
quarterback
Brute.
ain't nobody want. And he is trash.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
shit.
I'm going to say Matty Ryan is mad that they tied. And he's going to go out and handle the Jags in Duval. I mean, I've seen
You're hurting me here.
Dude, Trevor Lawrence, when he took the team out the tunnel, he couldn't get me excited to like wash my car. Like he couldn't he couldn't motivate me to do anything.
Y'all over here clowning my Jags. What the fuck is this? What the
I'm
fuck
just
is going on
saying.
here?
He was like, all right, this is what we've been waiting for. Let's show them what we're all about. Let's go. I'm just like, whoa, Trevor.
That's called poise. That's called poise, my friend.
Though
Oh, dude.
we did say,
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times a lot of leaders can be really boring and then go out and fucking kick ass on the football field. And you don't give a fuck what their pregame speech was like. You're just like, damn, that motherfucker's good. Holy
Yeah.
shit. I don't think MJ was, let's fucking go. We gotta fucking go. No,
MJ was like listening to Jodeci
yeah.
before games and shit.
Yeah. I don't think MJ said
was
shit.
slapping motherfuckers. He was slapping cats during the timeout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
true.
he just needs to like delegate to someone else. Like the hype guy.
Yeah, Pippen or somebody.
Mm-hmm. Rodman.
Yeah, I got the Colts.
Yeah. Tree. Who the
Oh.
fuck you got?
Oh man, I'm on the spot. This is a tough one because, quite frankly, I'm not that hot on Indianapolis, but at the same time, Doug Peterson made some really iffy calls, especially in the playbook. I mean, 4th down to Travis Etienne and a really bad drop. I'm like, what? I mean, that's the kind of stuff that got him fired in Philly. Sorry, Uche. But I mean, it's tough because Indy doesn't do well in Jacksonville. I don't know why, but like they always play poorly. They've lost in 2020. They had the embarrassing loss in 2021. I think they haven't won there since what, 2014 or something?
Damn.
It's been a while.
I think
It's been a
so.
while.
I remember that. So honestly, I think tradition maintains. I think Jacksonville wins just because they just can't win in Duval.
I'm telling you, it's mental. It's not a matter of running plays. It's a matter of of knowing that you're gonna lose. And they know when they come to Duval, they're gonna lose. All right, let's keep moving here. We got Jets at Browns. The Jets are looking like the fucking Jets. And Cleveland, they're not looking great, but I'm going with Cleveland at home. I feel like their defense is going to play well enough. They still got that two-headed monster running back. So as long as they have that, especially against a team like this, which has injuries and just poor play, poor discipline, fumble in the ball. Yeah, and they got Joe Flacco back there. Oh, yeah. It's going to be the Browns for me.
Be careful. Robert Saleh's keeping receipts. He's going to come back to haunt you.
Keep them receipts.
Is he gonna do a little like notepad, like paper thing that just says "eliminate explosive" and mail it to my door? Is that what it's gonna be?
I'm not too worried about anything going
Browns
on.
this.
I'm going Browns also. Jets, golly, and this hurts because Joe Flacco's my age, and know the guy, but yeah, not it, man, not it.
He had one good playoff run.
Hey,
And
he
Ron
milked the
Rivera
fuck out of that thing.
I mean, dude, he got a
So
big
did.
contract. He got paid after that. man.
Got bread off it. Who you got 5?
People forget Myles Garrett is still a Brown. They played really good defense. They went out and won a game that that Baker Mayfield just really wanted to win. I like the Browns, and the Jets are trash. So there's still many. If they had Zach Wilson, I would think they would have a chance. Salah's a good coach. They're just
Motherfucker?
What's that?
The motherfucker?
The motherfucker.
Yeah, the motherfucker, the mofo. He's definitely a better quarterback than Joe Flacco. So the Jets are just bad, dude. So I'll go with Cleveland, who can actually defend.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
Jets. I'm
Tree.
just gonna say one thing: start Mike White. You goddamn cowards. I'm going Cleveland.
Cleveland all the way around. Next game up, we got Miami at Baltimore. This should be a
tough
good
one.
game. This is two good defenses,
Mm-hmm.
2 good offenses. I think for me, man, this is a tough one. I mean, you always got to account for Lamar Jackson. You know he's gonna be dynamic. Man, I think this is a toss-up. This is a 50-50 game, but honestly, I like that Miami. I like Miami. I think I'm gonna go with Miami on this. Miami has they got their shit together. I feel like they looked good last week. They've been putting these pieces in place for years. So this is kind of like the finished product, so to speak, for them. I like them. I like them stunning Baltimore on the road.
I think I agree with you. I really like what they've done in the offseason. Goodness. I mean, they say speed kills, and they got it in spades.
Yeah.
I mean,
This
guys
might be the best offense Miami's put out in a long time.
I mean, they got two guys that can outrun almost any angle.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you do against this? I mean, I can only
lose.
I can only bracket and double and do so much to one side of the field, let alone if there's two guys that have that type of dynamic playmaking ability. I'm excited for what they've put together, and then hopefully Tua keeps on playing well, and they get to exploit some people and put up some crazy numbers.
Yeah, I think they're going to be. I think that they're going to be one of the top offenses this year if they keep playing like they played in the first week.
Got a pretty good tight end as well. I mean, one of the faster running backs out there.
Is Mostert playing with them? Playing?
He didn't get much. He didn't get much burn last week. I think they were.
They got to break them in. You got to load balance.
True. But I thought that would be what's the fucking guy's name? The head coach.
McDaniel.
Yeah,
McDaniel.
Yeah.
I thought that would be like his guy that he brought over, and it wouldn't be as difficult to transition. I keep wanting to call him like Malibu's most wanted.
What you think, Five? Who you think's pulling this one out? This is a tough one.
I'll never be sold on Tua. He's an Alabama quarterback, and you know how Alabama quarterbacks be. I don't care. They've had chance after chance to produce a decent Alabama quarterback. Everyone, when I made a video about them saying, AJ McCarron, Greg McElroy, who else was the starter? I forget.
How far you going back to like
Jalen Hurts
days?
Yeah, Jalen Hurts had to go to Oklahoma to be good. I always trust Lamar. I'm going to say the Ravens here because Lamar's a beast. That's all I got to say.
No doubt. Get that man his money.
Yeah.
What you got, Trey?
Ooh, this once again, it's a tough call because I feel like it could go either way. But for whatever reason, I feel like Lamar Jackson is on a warpath. I feel like he's going to destroy everything he touches. I'm going Baltimore. They look stronger, especially with the health.
All right, Baltimore it is for 5 and 3. And me and JB got Miami on Sunday. Next up, Houston at Denver.
72
One
hours
team
ago, this
actually
was
has a
locked.
better record. The team with the better record is actually the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or
this should
48
be
hours ago.
this should be a get right game for Denver. I mean, their clock management during the game against Seattle aside, they can make plays as an offense. Their defense, is solid, but it's not rocket science. It's football. So the coaches got to get out of their own damn way and actually, drill how to manage the clock when you're in clutch situations. You can't run 20, 30 seconds off the clock and then call a timeout inside 2 minutes. Like, that's just stupid. But they're back in Mile High. They're going to get some of that home cooking. I think Denver pulls this out. I think Denver blows out Houston in this one.
They better.
That's what I'm picking.
I think they win big also. I mean, a good team is you're going to win some or lose some games that you probably shouldn't. But how you bounce back from those good teams with good leadership bounce back in a strong way. So I expect
especially when you got suckers on the schedule. Which, I mean, let's be real, it's still the NFL. You can lose to the Texans if you can fuck that off.
Oh, no question.
It would be a massive folly if they did, but I don't see that happening.
To fuck off 2 in a row? I mean,
no, there's no way. You can't. Not against the Texans. You can't do that.
The dude won't let that abide.
The dude does not abide.
Dude does
that
not
puts
abide.
a whole new look on a whole new perspective on the season for them if they somehow manage to fuck. If this game is within 10 points, then there's still questions that have to be asked about them. So,
Can I get I mean, is there a warranty on this $250 million?
For real, do I get a manufacturer's warranty on this shit? Can we take you back?
I need some of that back.
Who you got? Who you going with? 5.
They lost to Seattle, but on both plays in the red zone where they fumbled, the timing was off. The snap came either early or late, and that's what caused the runner to get hit before any type of push occurred. So, those two moments don't happen, and they just take the field goals. They win that game like no sweat. So, definitely Seattle had home cooking, and Denver's back at home, and they're playing what every team loves to see after going 0-1, which is the actual tank machine, the Houston Texans. I will take the Denver Broncos over
the Houston Texans.
Might even play the spread on that one. I don't even care what it is. Might be double digits though. Tough to bet double digits in the NFL.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
Either side too. You never know.
Yeah, because you never know. And
NFL is way more variable than college for sure.
Mm-hmm. What about Tree? What you got?
Oh, I mean, Nathaniel Hackett isn't going to mess this up, right? Like, is he? I mean, I'm going Denver. You have to.
Yeah, have to.
Might be ugly, but it's going to be Denver.
Well, now he's going to go for a 4th down that he shouldn't, just to make up for this one.
He'll do the Bill O'Brien special, 4th and 5 at his own 30.
It was Garrett. Garrett would do that shit. He got criticized so hard for not going for it. Then he started going for it and not getting it. And he just couldn't win,
Ooh. Next game up, Tennessee at Buffalo. Tennessee, they blew it against the Giants. They actually had a solid lead in that game, gave it up, and lost the game due to Saquon Barkley's 2-point conversion. They're going into Buffalo. It's not looking good to me. I think Buffalo is about to trounce their ass. Buffalo looks like they're on an actual warpath right now. So I'm going with Buffalo. JB, who you got?
Yeah, Von Miller still hasn't been blocked.
She's still for real. That cat just been. He is the most sought after mercenary in the history or in the NFL. Like he is literally. You give me money, I'll come make your team right.
I still can't believe Denver just let him go. Like they couldn't, come to terms.
They let him go they let him go like he wasn't shit.
Yeah,
basically.
I mean, obviously he wanted to sign for the most money, and Buffalo gave it to him. But like, it's hard to believe that you can't work that out. They'd be so much better with him, even overpaying him.
Yes,
but whatever.
That's the guy you overpay for.
Yeah,
yeah, they got solid D-line rotation, which I know me and Uche can't fucking stand. When I get tired and this guy comes in, I'm like, oh, okay.
Whew, they got
depth.
They just
and the motherfucker comes off the ball bringing smoke. That is the last thing I'm trying to see.
All the smoke.
Yeah, Buffalo pretty big here.
Yeah.
I didn't even talk about the fucking offense.
Yeah. I mean, you don't even have to. Them boys look that good. 5.
I'd say Buffalo. They the home fans are waiting for this. Tennessee is a notoriously slow starter. Takes a while for them to get their schemes together for Derrick Henry and to block for him. And maybe this year is different. You saw what the Giants did. They just hit Henry like hard. And that's what you got to do. You got to fight fire with fire. But I think Buffalo looks like a team that could easily get out to an 8-0, maybe even 9-0 start, just because they're that good.
Yeah.
Treat.
Tennessee is a weird team because whenever you think they're going to fall apart, they lose to a really bad team. They come out and pull these really big wins out of their ass on the road. I have no idea why. This is the kind of game that Tennessee's going to win. Like random gutsy win. They pull a game-winning field goal by Fat Randy 55 yards out, and we're all just sitting there like, what the hell was this? That's what's going to happen.
Okay. Wow, you're really taking Tennessee.
Tree taking Tennessee.
Okay.
It just feels like that kind of week.
Yeah. All right. Hey, it could be. All right, we got AFC versus NFC games. We got the Cardinals at Las Vegas. Both these teams didn't look particularly sharp, or I'd say the Raiders looked a little bit better than the Cardinals. I just don't have faith in the Cardinals as a franchise right now. I don't think that I think that they feel like they're flying higher than they actually really are. And there's just, it just doesn't feel good. They just don't feel like they just don't have it. They just don't have it. We've seen them bust out to good, starts to the seasons past couple of years, but this year, especially after that playoff game did something to them, I think, because it was ugly. But I like Vegas at home. I'm going with Vegas at home. Derek Carr, Devontae Adams, they get a little bit more in sync. Maybe not so many bad decisions throwing the ball that Derek Carr had last week. And they kind of clean things up a little bit. I'm going with Las Vegas.
Yeah, I think Vegas here. I think they'll click a little bit more this week. The Raiders' offense, I should say, just too many talented pieces not to.
They made some moves. They got some.
With more time on task, this could be a really scary offense. And like you, the fucking Cardinals are so mercurial. Up, down, mostly down lately.
Yeah. I'm going to go
like they got the energy.
Clearly not doing their homework.
I'm actually going to go the opposite of you. I'm going to say the Cardinals take this game because these are both mercurial teams. And just like Tree said, it's going to be one of those weeks maybe. And you got to pick one, that's going to be crazy. I think the Cardinals.
Yeah.
For no other reason than They look like
Who's
shit,
mo-
but everybody looks like shit against the Chiefs.
Who's more prone to have a disaster happen to them in a game? I would say the Raiders are probably more prone, but I still like them.
I still say, in the black hole, that's a big question. Arizona, too. Their defense looked rough. They had nothing against Mahomes. I think Derek Carr is a much better game than he did last time. He tried to force a lot of balls in the fourth quarter. So I think he does better there. And also, I don't know how Arizona gets anything going on offense, even with the weakened defense of the Raiders. So I got to go Raiders, but I think it's going to be close.
All right. Let's keep it moving here. Oh, Bengals at Dallas. This is a get-right game for the Bengals, I think, because
fuck you.
The shit they put on the field last week was utterly
atrocious.
It was bad. It was pathetic. And it's crazy because they did the right things in the offseason, got the O-line, set them up, and they go out and give up 7 sacks in the first game of the season. And 5 turnovers, 4 interceptions? I mean,
something like that.
The silver lining in this is that ain't nowhere to go but up. I mean, shoot, you ain't got no wins. So, you can go, you can get the ship set right, and I think they will. I think they've developed enough culture there, or because going through last year to kind of set themselves steady and get a good week of practice in. Cowboys, the Cowboys are I would say the Cowboys are almost in panic mode. They might be in panic mode.
They already are.
Yeah, they might already be in panic mode because, they're imploding right now. They are literally imploding. Their quarterback's gone. Their left tackle's gone. Their defense is getting rocked.
They lost a lot of depth in the offseason.
Yeah.
Yes, and they lost. All the trades. The what's his name? Releasing Amari
Lyle
Cooper,
Collins.
Lyle Collins, all these mistakes.
Brandon Gregory.
No, they wish they had Collins right now. Sure.
Yeah, they merely pissed off DeMarcus Lawrence. They had to restructure him at the last moment.
Oh yeah, and they just paid him like 2 years ago. So it's like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys are they're in deep trouble. I'm going with Cincinnati on this one. I think they get that. I think they get this one pretty solid. Maybe a 10-point, 14-point win.
Can I recuse myself?
He said, I'm going to abstain from voting. Abstain.
This hurts. But yeah, Bengals big here. Gosh, never thought I'd say it.
If Cowboys can't beat the Bengals.
If we refuse to score touchdowns, doesn't bode well for beating anybody. But I think, like you said, they're going to be on the get right and probably show out against us.
Oh, they're going to show out. They will.
Yeah.
But I do have Jamar Chase.
They're going to be doing the gritty all over the field.
Fuck. Yeah, Bengals big here. Sorry.
What you think?
I'm
pretty sure we all see this the same
Remember,
way.
Not many teams, honestly, can lose their starting quarterback and then beat a playoff team. It's really tough. It's Cooper Rush season. Come on. I know he won his game last year that he started, but it wasn't like
he played Minnesota.
Yeah, it wasn't like that, and Minnesota was coached by Mike Zimmer at that time. So I got the Bengals here. This is and if the Bengals lose to a limping Cowboy team, the season's over.
Oh yeah, it's over.
Yeah, you might as well fire Zach Taylor right now.
Take it, get another first-round pick.
Don't even get on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
Unless Cooper Rush comes out to be the next Tom Brady, I think this is Bengals by 20 to 30. It's going to get out of
these cats. All right, let's get through these last rung of games. We got Bucks at Saints. Honestly, I think that people may make more of this game than it actually will be. I don't see the Saints. Well, they're in New Orleans, which is big for them. You know what? I'm gonna go with the upset. I'm gonna go with the Saints. Saints beat the Bucks. Jameis Winston is gonna be
Jameis.
I got an interesting take on this. Okay.
I'm trying not to be biased here, but fuck the Saints.
Oh damn! Oh my bad. I forgot y'all were your rivals.
Yeah.
Classic.
Bucks are your rivals too.
Should
but-
be with the Bucks, but it's not the same. It really isn't the same at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom's gonna do his thing. Hopefully, take a break from getting reamed by Giselle for a couple minutes, and actually focus on playing well.
Hey, Giselle is like, I told this motherfucker to retire.
He promised me.
She
Okay.
missed.
That dude left a pregnant woman. You think he gives two fucks about?
Yeah,
what
he
she-
left. He left Bridget Moynihan with
For
their.
you.
Yeah. He was like, I'm good.
He
He's
clearly is not about that home life.
You know, Giselle don't give no head. Don't.
Hey,
fucking-
TB12 for the streets now.
Ooh.
You know, Giselle not giving any
He
top.
said
He's a
for the
supermodel.
Oh,
TB12
man.
is for the
I'm telling you,
streets.
I said it. I said it when he unretired. I was like, this motherfucker he sat down on the couch, watching TV, kids
Dad.
running around.
What's this
wife
Y equals
constantly-
MX plus B? What?
Wife constantly asking him to do shit around the house,
Mhm.
go places with the kids, and he was like, "Man, fuck this! I'm going back. I'm not leaving."
It's like, Tom, do the lawn, but we have a lawn crew. Just do it. That's pretty much what it is.
Mhm.
Oh, shoot.
And it just goes to show you, no matter who she is, somebody's sick of her ass.
Yep.
That's all.
Real talk.
Yep.
Real talk.
Mhm.
All right, who
All right, I
who
got the Bucks here. You know, the thing about the Bucks that people just didn't, I don't know if they didn't notice, they have a hell of a defense, and
Yeah,
the
their defense
Saints
is good.
they should have lost to the Falcons. They should have. Like if the Falcons
Yeah,
weren't
Falcons.
fucking around,
They
like,
didn't joke.
Falcons weren't being the Falcons.
oh, I got the Bucks. Oh, that's an easy call.
Ooh. All right, Tree. What you think?
I think it's going to be the Buccaneers. It's going to be a much closer game than most people would expect. I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Saints, mostly because they were injured to hell last year. Brady, I think he's kind of tapered off a little bit. I think he can still be a really good game manager. Depends if Godwin is going to be really missed that much in that system. Can the Saints defensive line really push that weak offensive line, especially with those injuries? That's going to be your big key in the trenches. And to be completely honest with you, I think, once again, Tampa just eases in and just squeaks by just because of their defense.
Okay. We got a $5 super chat here from Leif Upstad. He says, Saturday through Monday was awesome for me. Huskies, Seahawks, and Mariners won. Plus my three favorite drivers finished 1, 2, and 3 on Sunday. Bubba, Hamlin, and Bell.
Oh, Bubba won.
Shoot, I hope you
Two NASCAR wins.
Yeah, I seen that. I hope you bet on all that shit, Leif.
Right.
Over here talking about it, you better want some money. Shoot,
Right.
ain't nobody trying to. I mean, good they won, but they ain't paying you.
Right, parlay.
So you might as well get paid off them. All right, let's keep going. Carolina at New York. If you would have asked me this 2 weeks ago, I would say Carolina probably, is going to win this. But after watching what they did against Cleveland, and after watching what New York did to Tennessee, I'm going with New York. I think New York. I think Saquon is about to hit stride real smooth. Like I think we're going to be talking about him this season.
I really hope
he
so.
looked really good. He looked like 100%. He looked like he was 100% last week.
Yeah.
So
Burst was back.
Yeah.
I also think New York here, like you said 2 weeks ago, I would have said, "Well, I think somebody's got to win." But it could be tough. But given last week, I think this is New York.
The Giants, they very well have to win this game. I mean, if they have any hope for the postseason, I mean, they just went out and beat Tennessee in Tennessee. But if you're a Giants fan, you know that early in the season when it's bright and sunny out and at MetLife, they always lay an egg. They really struggle in the early weeks in October. Even the years that they won Super Bowls, like they were dog shit in October or September a lot. So like the brain says the Giants should win, but some bullshit will happen. Baker Mayfield is still a hell of a player.
Your trauma. It's your trauma.
And I don't feel great about it. I'll say the Giants, but I don't feel great about it. Like, I don't think it's.
That's probably what a New York fan should say.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in the same boat as 5 is. I feel like, this is the kind of game where you think the Giants will take that next step. But every time you think like they try and get to that next step, like they hit like a big pothole and just hit a flat tire. I don't know why. It's just like you think this is a team they should be, especially with how they played last week. But I keep going to Carolina winning. I don't know why.
Carolina. Okay. I mean, look,
they had a strong showing.
Yeah, I don't have an argument against, necessarily against Carolina, but I thought there would be a much starker difference between New York's, what New York was bringing to the table and what Carolina was bringing to the table a few weeks ago. Now, I don't necessarily see the gap is much more. It's much more of an even playing field to me. With Saquon Barkley playing well, I think that's an X factor. But no, I think it can go either way. Next up, Washington Commanders, fuckers, in Detroit. Is this the first game the Detroit Lions pull out the W in a close one? Last week they barely lost. I don't know. I think that I just feel. I mean, look, I want Detroit to be good.
Everybody
wants Detroit to be good. If there's a moment to prove that you're at least gonna be competitive and have and be around in November trying to make a push, you got to beat these cats. You got to beat them soundly. And I think that on their offensive side with that line they have, with the Jared Goff is playing fine. But they have the pieces in place. This should be a game they win. I'm going with Detroit.
Yeah, I think so as well. We reviewed the offensive lines in the offseason. They were one of the better ones. You can make some money up there. On defense, you just stand around and Carson will throw it to you. So add those two together, and I think Detroit wins here. Gets the first taste of kneecaps for the season.
Mm-hmm.
I actually like the Commanders on the road here. Detroit has a lot to go, and they were that score was close, but like not that close. I mean, come on.
The score was closer than the game was.
Yeah. They got their asses kicked by the Eagles, and the Washington is slightly worse than the Eagles. But I don't know. I don't know why I think the Commanders are going to win, but hopefully they don't. It's just whatever. Fuck it. The Commanders probably win because that's how life is. I think the Commanders, they'll get out to a hot start and have everyone excited about them, and then go through a rough stretch where they lose 9 in a row. I think that's very possible for them.
They'll go 3-0, and then they'll lose the rest of the game.
Yep.
Shit.
Tree.
I think this is going to be another one of those close games, as mentioned. I think, depends which Carson Wentz we get. Are we getting the fourth quarter, first half Carson Wentz, or are we getting that Carson Wentz for 5 minutes that threw 2 really bad interceptions? I still say, I saw a lot of Detroit. I think their defense does need some work, but I think they pull through. I think they win, say, game-winning field goal.
Boom. Detroit, 3-1. We'll see how it plays out. Kane Emmons for $5 says, to quote the water boy about the Cowboys, "Oh no, we suck again."
Oh,
He's not necessarily wrong there.
I can't even.
Next
Can't
game,
even refute that.
Atlanta at LA playing the Rams. I mean, it's hard to say that this is necessarily a get-right game for the Rams because Atlanta actually showed something. They showed that they can play some decent football. They just don't know how to win games. They don't know how to close out. I mean, look, if they're as close to being cursed right now as any sports team has ever been. If you take a look at the way that this shit keeps playing out for them, it is almost a parody of of football. Like, why do you keep going up 2 or 3 scores late in the game and lose? I want to believe that Atlanta can go in there and compete against the Rams. I think they can go in there and compete against the Rams. It's going to all boil down to, can you finish the game if you get a lead? Can you finish? Now, the Rams, they didn't look too hot against Buffalo, but I don't think anybody's going to look too hot against Buffalo right now. But it looked like they, dare I say, had a bit of a hangover from something. So this will be my upset of the week.
Ooh.
I'm going with the Falcons.
That's a
into
take,
LA
sir.
and take the win on a Marcus Mariota bootleg at the goal line to the pylon for the 3-point win.
Shit.
That is a take, sir.
I do not share your optimism.
I mean, it didn't look like anybody did, to be honest.
Oh, the only chance we have is if we spot them 10 points, then they're in trouble. Because God knows if we're up, we're going to find a way to fuck it off. I do think it's more competitive than most would expect. Although the way that the Rams offensive line played,
their offensive line is bad.
That was pretty. That was really worrisome. Actually, I won't lie.
They missed Whitworth
opening night. Yeah,
they looked so bad. Yeah. Their left guard is probably the worst offensive lineman I've ever seen play.
No, you haven't seen Kendrick Green play yet, man. He got blown off the ball big time in training camp.
Oh. Yeah. I'm going Rams here.
Okay, Ram committee, city committee. Let's see. Next, motherfuckers. Who else want to pick the Rams?
Holding out hope, though. I hope you're right, Uche.
I'm gonna pick the Rams. Stafford looks like shit. Don't get me wrong. Like, he does not look good, but they got enough to beat the Falcons, right? Like the Falcons lost in an emotional way, a bad way. Like it's hard to recover from a loss like that. So I got the Rams. Especially traveling across the country, All right, come on.
Yeah, that's fair point.
I mean, I'm gonna go with 5 here and say the Rams. I mean, once again, I think it's just the reputation they have. They still have weapons on defense, and everyone looks like shit against Buffalo. I mean, that's not a real hard thing to say, unfortunately.
Yeah, we don't.
The cruelest irony would be Atlanta having another lead and then blowing it, and then we'd just be like, really, Atlanta? Come on.
Just blow the team up. Just go set dynamite charges to Mercedes-Benz and implode the building and just wipe the football team away. No. If they do that again,
might have to.
Man, might have to go see a fucking seance, have a seance or something in the middle on the 50-yard line or something. try and kick that mojo back over or something. Jeez. All right. Next game. We got 3 games left here.
Division game.
Seattle.
Yeah,
division games here. These are all division matchups. Except for Eagles.
Vikings.
You got Seattle at San Francisco. Ooh, honestly, man, I was expecting, and maybe it's unfair to expect that Trey Lance would be good right now, but I hoped that he would be better than he looked last week.
Better than this, yeah.
I hope that he'd be better than he was, look better than he did last week. San Fran's at home. I'm not, look, Seattle's coming off of they have an emotional high right now from beating Denver because that was the revenge game for Russell Wilson, essentially. And I mean, look, Geno Smith, he ain't looked this good since he was in Marsh. Where did he play at?
West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Yeah,
West Virginia. He ain't look. He is not. Look, when they said that he was going to be starting quarterback, I'll be dead honest. I was like, these motherfuckers ain't going to win, but like 3 games this year. like maybe they'll win 3. I had no hope at all, and then I watched this cat play, and he's showing he's showing something, and it's like, yo, maybe you're a late bloomer, like a 10-year late bloomer, but I think Seattle wins this one. I think they go in there. I mean, it's a rivalry. It's one of the bigger rivalries in the NFL. Not necessarily the same as it was, but I think it's a good game. I think it's a close game. I think Seattle squeaks it out.
I'm really struggling to have any evidence or real conviction here.
I mean, I'm not even that convinced that. I mean, it's like 70% to me, like 65%.
I think San Fran needs this. I mean, way worse than Seattle does. No idea what the hell they're going to do at quarterback. I mean, obviously overreacting hugely in 1 week. I hope the kid is as good as advertised, but not off to the greatest of starts. I do think they win it at home, though.
Ooh, okay. 5, where you at?
The thing with the second half of the Seattle-Denver game was they shut down Geno Smith. They kind of gave the blueprint. We don't even know how good Trey Lance is because the game that they played in Chicago was just really unfair. Like couldn't run the ball, couldn't pass the ball. It was not a fair representation. Obviously, Chicago won it because, I mean, they were trailing.
You would have think.
Yeah, Chicago had trouble moving the ball until it finally stopped raining, and then it just worked out in Chicago's favor. I think San Francisco's got this game easy all the way, so no problem. I think Seattle's kind of counterfeit right now. Geno Smith is Geno Smith. Okay,
and that's why I'm not totally convinced because he flashed he had some good throws, but I mean, have you ever seen Geno Smith perform admirably throughout the course of a season?
I mean, they didn't even score in the second half, if I remember right. Or no touchdowns.
They had a field goal, I think. I mean,
maybe
the only thing people know Geno Smith for is for broken jaw.
I'm gonna go ahead and switch up and pick these 49ers. I'm gonna switch that. Yeah, I've been swayed.
With San Francisco, for me, most of their issues came from a really bad field in Chicago. I think they do a lot better this time. Seattle was playing with incredible emotion because of Russell Wilson. I think 49ers take this one pretty easily.
All right. Leif Opstad says for $2, remember 5, Pete Carroll owns Kyle Shanahan.
Well, not
this year. Kyle Shanahan owns Sean McVay until the conference championship.
Yeah.
True that. All right, next game. Chicago at Green Bay. Okay, so this is a weird situation we find ourselves in here in week 2. Now, okay, Green Bay has tended to struggle in their first game of the season, going back a few years, but Chicago was always garbage, and that was kind of their get-right game. But is that the situation here? Now, again, like we said, that field that they played on last week worked out to their benefit. Chicago was able to get that win over San Fran, but I mean, you can't think they're going to take that into Green Bay and the Lambeau and beat the Packers, right? Like, I'm going with Green Bay on this one.
Yeah, Green Bay big here. I know Aaron Rodgers has a long way to go with these young receivers, but the two-headed monster behind him, I think, would be enough if they can't get it going in the air. Packers probably going away here.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Packers here. They're pissed off. They lost to the Vikings. They're at home. Aaron Rodgers is way better than that Vikings loss. And Chicago, they say the McCaskies will never sell the team, but Aaron Rodgers already owns them.
They're going to be doing ayahuasca every night.
Yep.
Trying to get right for this one.
All right, Tree, what you got? I mean, I think we all on the same page here.
Yeah, I
Green Bay
mean,
was
it's got to be
smashed
Green
last.
Bay, unless they absolutely implode, which I'll laugh hysterically at. But it's the only thing, once again, is Chicago's still like in that sort of tank mode. They're trying to rebuild, reforge the culture. I mean, this isn't Matt Nagy. I think Eberflus seems to have a bit more wherewithal. He hasn't been broken by certain events that have occurred and haven't been run to the ground. But I think Green Bay does take this one. I think they recover.
Yeah,
Green Bay always has bad week ones.
Yeah, they don't do well in week one. Yeah, Green Bay definitely. I feel that. All right, last game up. Ooh, and this one, I think this is an intriguing matchup here. We got Minnesota at Philadelphia. I like both of these teams, honestly. I mean, Minnesota looks like a more energized team than they've been. Now, I'll never have full faith in Kirk Cousins, but they have tools. They have tools they can use to be competitive. But I think Philly's got too much for him here. I'm going with Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts is playing all right, and what's his name that came from Tennessee? AJ Brown.
Yep.
Yeah.
AJ Brown is he's an X factor. He's a playmaker here. They got good offensive line, probably one of the top offensive lines in the NFL. 1, 2, or 3. You can put them anywhere. And their defense, I mean, their defense is going to, they're solid, but I think that against a team like this, Kirk Cousins is bound to throw 1 or 2 right to you. So I think they can take advantage of that. That might help them pad their lead a little bit. I'm going with Philadelphia. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree with you here, but I do need Justin Jefferson to go off from a fantasy team. But I think the Eagles are just a little too much. Finally got some good options for Jalen Hurts, and all those fails. Obviously, he can extend plays and make some things happen, but Kirk Cousins couldn't even dream of.
5.
Eagles big. Eagles.
The way that it works is just when I want the Eagles to lose really bad in a game they probably should lose really bad, they're going to win like big. So I'm going to take the Eagles for just no reason. There's just no reason that they should win, but they'll probably win.
Well, I mean, you're kind of underrating the Eagles. I think the Vikings are still really good, though. I think both of these teams are playoff caliber. I think Philly has a really good chance to win their division now that Dallas is out of the way, unless somehow the Giants keep form. And then the Vikings, I said, the best move of the offseason, them firing Mike Zimmer. Kevin O'Connell seems like he's done a lot better in terms of utilizing his offense and, trying to get his defense and just being that new voice that they desperately needed. So I'm going to be quite the opposite here. I think it's going to be a revenge game from the 2017 playoffs where they got crushed. I think Minnesota takes this one.
Okay, there we go. So there you have it. Week 2 predictions. We'll go ahead and lock those away.